Welcome to Tuber Chat. If you are on your way towards 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers, then you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you today to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is from a dear friend. She's here in the Tuber Chat family as both a member and a moderator. She actually came in yesterday and I missed her completely in the chat. And I don't mean to do that. You know, you get used to having moderators and even members that are so unbelievably loyal. They're there, so often, all the time, and they are helping out in the chat, speaking amongst each other and things like that. And because so many messages in the chat are rarely actually for the host, in my case, it's easy. So that's my excuse. But Corinne's Life has been a dear friend. I actually ran into her after Michael's Adventures premiere last night because Hilda DC was already live. Corinne's Life was actually on with her. And I'm always so happy to see creators collaborate. Especially when I run into people here in the Tuber Chat family that are out supporting each other and sharing content in that way. So Corinne's Life has almost 1,900 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And on this channel, you will find everything that encompasses what is Corinne's life, from home life and vlogs to small business and unboxing videos, product reviews, a lot of random live streams. She produces merchandise like t-shirts, hats, vinyl stickers, Christmas ornaments, tumblers, almost anything you can print, she can do. So it's wonderful that we have this dear member of our Tuber Chat family, both as a supporter, somebody that we can lean on as a resource when it comes to that kind of monetization for both our channels and our businesses as well. I'm going to do some introductions in a second. I've got a full wheel here already. I'm just going to spin it. Needs Watches was here early with Mrs. VSNC09. I caught her on another live stream earlier this morning. Excuse me. She was doing a great job. It's interesting to me, I say different things about different creators as I get to know them here in the Tuber Chat family about what to expect on their channels. And, I've caught Mrs. VSNC09 many times now on live streams, many, many times. And I always talk about the conversation that happens in the chat because she does engaged content around a specific theme, mainly the royal family and everything that, kind of is happening currently in the news surrounding the royal family. But it's impressive to see how much she knows about her subject as well. And I hope this can be inspirational for everybody when you're thinking about different things that you can use in your channels for YouTube videos and things like that. I used to often say you can simply take anything you like, put it on a table in front of you and talk about it for 10 minutes. That's a video. That's the truth. But there's a lot of other ways to handle it, and Mrs. VSNC09 does a great job of keeping up the conversation, and that's what keeps the chat so unbelievably engaged as well, because she seems to really know her stuff. There's a bit of opinion in there as well, so it's great. And I know that in channels that do that kind of thing, the audience tends to follow them because of the host. It's not much different than even some of the talk programs or news shows where people have their favorite hosts and anchors and things like that. So I hope you'll check her out. I just wanted to put a highlight on that. I am Betty J. Gathers. I also caught on a live stream. Again, I catch her often. She's talking about connecting with creators, and it's funny because when we talk about the idea of people connecting to each other and the idea that not every single person in the world connects to every single person in the way that they should or we would like them to, here's a thought for everybody as well. If somebody was going to come by on your channel and cut corners and watch a shorter video or not really watch it all and leave a really quick comment and take off, and you could see the future and know that they're never coming back, they're never coming to watch another video because it's not in them to have that kind of generosity to worry about others more than themselves. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying if that was the situation, you could see the future. Would you want subscribers like that anyway? You probably won't be upset when YouTube takes them away because they have haven't connected the right way. They really weren't going to be interested. And that can actually damage the averages on your channel for views, retention, when we talk about watch hours and average time viewed per video and things like that. So these are just thoughts. I know my speeches are really long. I'm going to do some more introductions. Woman Outdoors is on the wheel. Frasball Collects is there as well. My love, Kristen Welton, is here both as a moderator and a member. Michael's Adventures is not able to be with us always on Saturday, but he is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, as is Scratch and Pete PA, who is at the bottom of our Wheel of Doom right now. I'll add some more names to the wheel as we need them. We're looking at Needs Watches right now, who obviously is talking to us about different types of watches. I still have to get through a little bit more of this creator's content to be able to tell a better story, but that's one of the reasons why we like putting channels on the screen here in Superchatters, so that as time goes on, the more often you're here, I get to know your channel over time, hopefully the creator behind the channel, and then I do a better job of promoting you while you're here. So Fanatic Guide is in the house. Ace Flaw 1 has been with Superchat from the beginning. All Things Jay, good to have you back. Blood Dragoon, it's been a little while, but it's great to see you here. I've caught them on many gameplay live streams. Camp Silky, it's good to see you in the house. Charlene Heel is here and needs to be added to the wheel. She's actually got a couple of channels, but happens to be a member. We always put the members on the wheel as soon as they get here. Greg's Outdoor Adventures, another generous supporter. Good to see you here. Garden to Table with Heather Lynn was talking in the chat about doing multiple types of videos and talking about confidence on camera. But once they get a little bit more used to doing a few cameras, I'm sure it's going to be second nature for you. You're already a dynamic creator. I can see that in your videos. Come Hither with Heather, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Fatima Tuna, it's good to have you back. Great Farmer Freelance, I think, might be here for the first time, along with maybe Samantha's Lifestyle. And forgive me if I'm mistaken about these if you've been here before, but hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody here is willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Needs Watches is officially on the road to 1K, so I'm hoping we can move them a little bit farther. Woman Outdoors is coming up right now. They happen to be a member also, and we'll see what they've got going on their channel. King Ismail 2002 YT. It makes me want to see 2022, but it's 2002 YT. Good to see you in the house. Living Life with Lisa. Lisa, it's good to have you back. Love to Travel with Wave is incredibly supportive. I run into them everywhere. My Peaceful Moment, good to have you back. Nikki D Official and Philip Lemon are here almost every day. Planet Meebe Vlogs is making regular appearances, so thank you for that. Queen's Life is here almost every day. Radical Productions is a longtime friend of Tuberchat, with us from just about the beginning. We're on episode number 384 right now. Rusty's Rambles, it's good to have you back. And True Crime Time with Cassie and Molly is the second channel from Oracles and Beyond. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Woman Outdoors is here right now, and they obviously are bringing us a lot of outdoor lessons and things that we can see. Here's an interesting 5 things about this creator you may not know. So I'm going to actually take that video. I want to see that. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. And this is what I'm talking about. That just happens to be a good video by coincidence when I talk about the idea of getting to know creators better over time, so that as you're here in Tuberchat, for those of you who are newer, you're going to hear me tell stories about creators who've been here for over 1.5 years already. Some creators who are here frequently, some are here once in a while. And I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, but I really enjoy getting to know creators. And I'll tell you this, the number one thing that I'm told by creators over all of this time about their YouTube journey and what they enjoy about it the most is always the friendships that are made. And I'll bet that that's the same thing that drives me to want to get to know creators the way that I do. Anybody can reach out to me anytime on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. Also Facebook, occasionally Twitter. I love talking YouTube. It doesn't have to be questions. but it can be if there's something you think I can help with. I also enjoy hearing lessons learned along the way, especially if you have something that can help everybody, whether it's something you've seen or noticed or experienced, so that we can share that information around. Great Farmer Freelance, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support, and for that reason, we're going to make your channel the next one that we look at before I spin the wheel of doom again. And let me just catch up here. So Great Farmer Freelance, I've got you there. Thank you for that. I'm just hoping I haven't missed anybody in the chat. One of the things that can really help you in YouTube and your journey yourself is getting to know your own strengths, and I don't really want to call them weaknesses, but things you can identify that you can improve on, and then consciously try to improve on those things. So like even for myself, I am not the best person at following the chat. I know it's busy, I can use that as an excuse, but I strive to do better. I think over the course of the last year and a half, I've gotten better than I was when we started, but there's always things that can be improved for any creator, right? And I hope everybody can take inspiration from the idea that, you know, everybody's got strengths, everybody's got some things they're stronger at than others, but we can all improve. Not to mention you can help yourself by noticing what other creators are doing, and it's not necessarily about jealousy. It's not like, well, I wish I could make videos like Sean Cannell can, you know, because we all wish that. But the idea is just to make the best videos that you possibly can, and the idea, of course, is to be better next year than you were today. And I'm assuming everybody plans to be here for the long term, so you know, guaranteed already, you're going to get better. Chances are most people here in the chat would say that the last 5 videos that they've made are better than the first 5 videos they ever made. That's just a guess. Zanby, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody again. I know my speeches are long today. I usually don't do that. I try to get moving through channels a little bit faster. So we'll get moving now. Rem's Family Farm, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And Great Farmer Freelance is a brand new channel for Tuber Chat. So thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. For that reason, we're looking at that channel right now before we get back to spinning the wheel, but we'll do that soon. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is go through your videos. I see you're doing a lot of streaming, but I'm going to take this number 14, Honeydew. Okay, I'm going to have to see what that is, but I'm going to take this video and add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat as well. And hopefully you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you for that, Fanatic Guide. I imagine that most of us naturally wish that anyway, but, you know, it's something you can think about. One of the things is noticing the things that you can improve on, and that comes from watching back your videos a little bit, or, you know, listening to what people say when you're around. A lot of people will say nice things all the time. You show up in a live stream, of course, they're going to say nice things constantly, but you might be able to pick up on quick little things that are noticed about your videos, or a simple idea. You know, one of these days maybe we could do a challenge of some sort, but is to say, how can I make one improvement in the very next video that I'm going to make, right? Or at least the next video that I'm going to start. What's one thing that I can improve? Because if you can do that consistently over the next 10 videos, you're going to be so much happier. I'm not going to say the videos are better. I'm saying you're going to be happier with your production value 10 videos down the road than you were if you're consciously putting that effort in. Queen's Life has just dropped a super chat on us, and Rock Chick Beauty's doing the same thing. They've both done that many times. And for that reason, we're going to look at those two channels next before I spin the wheel again. Rock Chick Beauty actually reset and restarted her channel just over a year ago and is already well over 700 subscribers. So we'll look at her channel soon. FIFA World Leather Gaming is always sending true love from NYC. It's good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And Inspire So Many, good to see you here. Frasball Collects, yes. One thing, I don't want to trip everybody up, but one thing that you will notice as well, I do it just as much as anybody, but is we say the word or the word when we're trying to continue talking but not quite collecting the thought fast enough. And it could be benefit, like I just did right there, it could be beneficial to slow down just a little bit and notice that, so that over time you're doing it less. Now, everybody has that habit, literally almost everybody. I used to work in radio. One of my things was almost coaching professional voice people to make sure that they didn't do that. And almost everybody does it. The object is just to do it less over time. But that can really have a big benefit because it makes it seem as though you are more articulate, whether you are more or not, if that makes sense. So it can be a great benefit and really beefs up the presentation in your videos. Audio is half of video, a lot of the big YouTubers will say. Some of that comes from the flow of the audio itself, and then some of it comes from the volume, and I can help you with that too at some point everywhere as well. Kristen Welton has been a member for 20 months. She's actually a member and a moderator, but she is my love. We live together close to Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada. We have for a long time. And she has a channel of her own doing her own thing. We'll look at that soon enough because she happens to be on the wheel. She just sent a highlighted milestone message through the chat, and those are special messages that are available to anybody who is a member on a channel where they are enabled. And you get one of those for free every month, which is cool because it looks like a super chat. It's colored green for the members, and it doesn't cost any extra money. So thank you for sending that by. That actually makes Kristen Welton our stream boss, and what I'm talking about is the video game life meter under my camera there. She will get some extra exposure for that reason because she knocked the life out of our last stream boss with that message. It's interesting to note that even though those highlighted messages are free for members, they count towards the stream boss, if that makes sense. So, she stole my thunder. Good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. We're looking at Scratch and PPA. This is one of the most supportive creators that I've met on all of YouTube. And this is somebody who brings us a unbelievably fast-paced and high-energy chat that occurs every Tuesday while they run their premieres. Now, because I mentioned that thing about I'm consciously noticing when I'm doing it as well. East Dad, good to see you here. Bare Bones Living, good to see you in the house as well. And then, yeah, Inspire So Many, it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. But we see that channels are growing, hitting milestones all the time, getting monetized constantly. Lately, it's been actually so busy that I've been missing monetization parties because I've been hearing from creators who like come into Tuber Chat and say, hey, I'm fully monetized. And it's like, oh, well, when did that happen? It must have been within the last week or two, which is great because things are growing and the family is getting bigger and bigger, as we can see. And thank you, FIFA World Other Gaming. I always appreciate your positivity. That's a creator who's been with Tuber Chat from the beginning. So it's interesting that after 384 episodes, they're still here with us today. So, Scratch and PPA does an interactive series of videos, and what that means is that you get the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if you follow Scratch and PPA on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. And it sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now that is interesting in itself, and I hope you can take inspiration from Scratch and PPA on how to marry in the outside social networks to your videos so that you can build up traffic for your channel. It's wonderful to have those outlets as well if you have other things that you want to promote alongside your YouTube videos, but they can draw in traffic. Then as well, when I talk about Scratch and PPA having this unbelievably fast-paced and high-energy chat, faster than Tuber Chat, faster than most you've ever seen, it's because he's so unbelievably supportive to other creators. He's built up an incredible reputation as a supporter and a moderator. Now it has to be hundreds of channels. But because he's out doing as much as he can all the time, all of that support comes back to him in a rush and flood of high speed and fast paced energy in his chats that only run for about 10 minutes every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. This creator understands consistency like I don't want to say almost no other. There's lots of creators that understand consistency, but Scratch and PPA does a spectacular job because his videos come out without fail at the same time every week. He posts the premiere every Saturday, almost without fail, for now what's almost 70 times as well. He did a couple of videos in the very beginning, and he's done the Scratch Challenge series for well over a year and a half now. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him and seeing what kind of high speed and fast paced, high energy chat I'm talking about. There is a lot of love for this creator. He is a very much loved and well respected creator and supporter to literally thousands of others. It's one thing to think about the idea that you connect with so many other people and they connect with you back, but you also have viewers coming in. Scratch and PPA work so much on supporting others that I think his ratio must be unbelievably high in supporting other creators, as well as having viewers build up as well. So we're watching this channel grow. I even believe yesterday, I think it said 1.06K, and today says 1.07. So he's moving along, right? And we want to get Scratch and PPA a little bit closer towards the 1100 that he's thinking about. So again, my speeches are a little bit long today, but we're going to move on to Queen's Life right now, who dropped a super chat on us. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra support. She's done that many times. I caught her on a live stream recently as well. I need 1 second. Pardon me. I'll be right back. Oh, goodness, I didn't realize I was doing that. We're back with Queen's Life, and we don't have a sub count on this channel, but that's okay. We just want to push them towards the next milestone that they're working towards. We all know what it's like to hit different milestones of different types, whether we're working on our first 5 subscribers or 10 or 50 or 100 or 1,000 or even more. Now, we know that this creator has over 500 because they've got their community tab up already. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know that I was muted. I've done that a million times. Today, I'm just rolling my eyes because I can't believe how I'm still doing it. My internet is choking a little bit, so hopefully we hold the stream together. If we do lose the stream due to the internet within the next hour, I will restart one time. Earth Varieties, good to see you here. Crescent Art Designs from Toronto is in the house. She Stole My Thunder just dropped a super chat on us as well. It's an interesting name for a channel, but they've been with us here in Superchat for quite some time now. I'm going to make that channel the next one that we look at after Rock Chick Beauty for the same reason, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And Queen's Life brings us Pure Variety. I've been catching them on a couple of live streams lately as well, and they're incredibly supportive. Now, when we look at Queen's Life, we also see Mean Tea. Now, Mean Tea happens to be Queen's Life's son, and this is an official artist channel, and they are working on a lot of hip-hop music. I've been listening to a little bit of this lately, and we're looking forward to seeing what more they're coming out with. I believe she said he was coming out with a 6-song EP, if I understood properly. Daughter of TMH Awaken, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. And, are you Canadian? Great Farmer Freelance. It's interesting, not only to me how many Canadians that we have. You know, you would usually figure somewhere around 10% because the population of Canada is about 10% of the United States, right? We're neighbors. But as well, it's interesting to me how many Canadian channels are in the homesteading community as well, and farming and gardening and things of that nature. Zadrum, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. It's been a little while, but it's great to have you here. And hopefully, again, I haven't missed anybody. Sup Rio is here. I actually ran into them earlier. Thank you for coming in. They were out supporting others as well. And next, we're going to look at Rock Chick Beauty. Now, I was saying earlier, this creator reset and restarted their channel just over a year ago. They're already up over 700 subscribers. Again, this is somebody who puts a lot of focus on presentation in their channel, whether it comes to the thumbnails or dressing up the banner and avatar for different holidays and occasions and things like that. Nikki D Official still in the house. And then Inspire So Many, still working at it. Writing with Emotion, New Soul is in the house. That is our talented singer and songwriter friend who is here both as a moderator and a gold member. So their link will be dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so, as well as the slides that we see at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. Motor City Scratchers is in the house. Not sure if I welcomed you earlier. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. So Rock Chick Beauty, hopefully everybody will connect with. Now, she dropped a super chat on us. That's the reason we're looking at this channel right away. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly, right after She Stole My Thunder. And Rock Chick Beauty is mixing up all three types of content with both shorts, as well as videos, and then live streams also. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. She's a dynamic creator, a very generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She has been for a very long time. So let's look at She Stole My Thunder now, and see what they've got going on their channel. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Okay, Elastictv, forgive me. I said I was going to get you on the wheel. I just finally did it now, but you're there. And members always get added to the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. Or a better way of putting it is when I see them in the chat and remember right away to do that. Hopefully I don't make that mistake too many times. But luckily everybody here is very much considerate and patient, which I appreciate. I'm just looking at what I can do to add some names to the wheel from our chat list, because that will be coming up in another minute. Now, She Stole My Thunder also dropped a super chat on us, so we're looking at this channel right now again, and we will get back to spinning the wheel in another second. Dangerous Jobbers, good to see you back today for the second time. And She Stole My Thunder right now has 679 subscribers. Professional Paranormal Research, good to have you back in the house as well. Zan Bai is back again. And She Stole My Thunder has 679. We'd love to push this channel a little bit farther towards the 700 that they're thinking about. There's lots of book and movie reviews as well as art. There's a lot of variety in between on this channel as well. But let's switch over to the videos, and we see that I've got a couple of premieres. Oh, I actually had the reminders on for those already. I'm just going to take your latest book review video, and I'm going to add that into my catch-up list so that I can get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind with you, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to She Stole My Thunder. It's great to see that they've already made another friend since they've had their channel up on the screen. They're at 680 right now, and again, we just want to push them a little bit closer to 700 if we can. And oh, King Ismail 2002 YT. No, I did welcome you earlier, but I tripped over your name again, like I keep doing. Every time I see your name, it makes me want to say 2022. King Ismail 2002 YT is brand new to Superchat. They just came in yesterday for the first time. So forgive me. I do make the effort to make sure I get names right. You know, one of the things that a lot of us might say in our life is like, well, I'm terrible at names. I never remember them. But I really do wholeheartedly believe that if you just simply lie to yourself and you say, I'm great at remembering names, I'm great at remembering names, eventually you actually become great at remembering names. But it just takes that extra second to make sure you get it right the first time. And then after you trip over yourself a couple of times making sure you've got it, then it usually just rolls off the tongue. But there you go, King Ismail 2002 YT. I would probably be getting better at mentioning your name every time you're here from now on. Polly180 Animation Studios, forgive me, I did see you at the very beginning of the stream. It's great to see you here. That's somebody who's an incredibly supportive creator who's been here many times before. It's good to have you back in the house. And hopefully we'll look at Fanatic Guide's channel shortly as well. That's a creator who supports on all of my channels, always engages conversation here as well. Barefoot Lass, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I see you're sending that super sticker with the noob with the noob emoji, which is kind of cool. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up next, actually. Thank you for that. I recognize your channel, but I can't remember for the life of me if you've been to Tuber Chat once before or if we met outside and you might be here for the first time. So forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. Actually, let's get that channel up here right now, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. She Stole My Thunder also dropped a super chat on us. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra support. Barefoot Lass has got some... Yeah, see, we're already connected. I find these thumbnails interesting. I know a lot of creators are after a style like this, especially when you're looking at tutorial videos, but these are kind of cool because they remind me of those like for dummies books, right? I've had a few of those in my life. Ali's Craft Pursuits is in the house. Good to see you here. She's a member also, so I'm going to get her onto our Wheel of Doom right away. And she's got a brand new video for us when we get to her channel. Barefoot Lass has 272 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther towards the 300 they'll be thinking about. I'm just going to take your latest DIY waterproof fire starters video and add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up with your channel. As I get to know your content a little bit better, I'll be able to do a better job of promoting you every time you're here as well. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. And Ali's Craft Pursuits says word up. Yes, we got a few creators saying that now. So thank you for that. If you wonder to yourself, why on earth does Tuber Chat go around saying word up everywhere he goes? I'll tell you why. Because I was a DJ in my younger life, and it was a funny reference, at least for myself, to that greeting or entrance. And so that's what I use for an excuse. But hopefully you enjoy that as well. And Barefoot Lass, thank you so much for that extra support. I really do appreciate that. So I'm going to spin the wheel. I did add a couple more names, so we'll wait it out another couple of moments before we add from our chat list, but we'll get to that shortly. And for anybody that is fairly new or brand new to Tuber Chat, the wheel and the screen are open to everyone. You do not have to super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen, but in the case of members, they get added to the wheel right away as soon as I see them in the chat. In the case of super chats, we put them on the screen right away. But over time, when we get back down to about 5 or 6 names on the wheel, I start adding names from our chat list, and it is open to everybody. We get as many channels on the screen as we can within the next 2.5 hours. We actually have a premiere to watch later today from Wolf Spirit Productions. Pardon me. So if anybody can reach out to me, like I had said earlier, on Instagram, that's where I'm most active. I'm not as attentive of it when we're here on Tuber Chat, because I just have a group chat open with the mods in case they need something or have something to let me know about. But otherwise, I'm always on Instagram. Facebook is second most popular for me, and then Twitter as well is something I'm on occasionally. But like I keep saying, I love talking YouTube. It doesn't have to be questions. It can be if there's something you think I can help with. But I'm always happy to hear lessons learned and things noticed from different creators, especially when it can help everybody here in the Tuber Chat family. When I look for emotion, I look for emotion new soul. So I just put that in the chat so that you can search that out for yourself, whether you have to type it in or maybe copy and paste it, because emotion is such a popular word and name. They struggle with the search results right now. It won't be much longer because their channel's growing rapidly, but every time we search, find, and click on a creator's name, we're actually doing them a great service. So eventually, as hundreds of creators are doing this, they'll rise up the search results, and YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for this particular emotion, who happens to be an official artist channel from this talented singer and songwriter. Oh, interesting. Outlaw Creative, I hadn't seen that. Cartoon called World Girl. I had never seen that. But that makes sense as well. It was a term. I mean, I don't know how popular it ever actually was, except for the Cameo song that I remember from the 80s. But it was such an unbelievably popular thing at the time. But that's interesting to know that there's more than one thing out there referencing that thing. I'm going to have to look at that, Word Girl. Or did you say Word Girl? Yes, you did. Interesting. Great Farmer Freelance, thank you so much for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support. We already looked at that channel, but I really do appreciate that. So next, we're going to look at Emotion's second channel. Now, like I said, this is a talented singer and songwriter. They bring us their original works, and it's usually in the form of music videos, but they often bring us compilations in both the form of premieres and live streams, and we've joined them many times. But they also do a few reaction videos here on this channel, and then when we get over to Writing with Emotion New Soul, we see a few more reactions just to mix up the variety here, but mostly we get a behind-the-scenes look at the creative process used by Emotion in the creation of their original works. Now, the reason why we look for Emotion New Soul is because New Soul R&B music is what we're going to find when we get to this creator more than anything else. What I find is that for anybody that hasn't heard Emotion before, the first time you hear them, you feel like you already have known them for years. You've heard the voice before or the sound before, and I think that that comes from years of experience in singing and songwriting, because it's a really interesting creative process, right? So I hope everybody will enjoy connecting to this creator on both channels. With 683 subscribers over here, we'd love to push him a little bit farther. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder has been with Tuber Chat from the very beginning and actually connected to me for probably 2.5 years now. So I hope everybody will enjoy connecting to them and getting some of that support coming back to them as well. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. I think Kid Wonder's Gaming and Live Stream is actually still a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. Charlene Heel is coming up. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder actually has 4 channels now. So Charlene Heel has a couple of her own. Anybody's welcome to come into Tuber Chat with more than one channel. The only thing that I ever ask is that you use one at a time and treat them separately, because it's so unbelievably important that we connect with each other in the right way. Our instructions are always in the video description. Of course, you're welcome to do much more than I suggest, because I only suggest the bare minimums that we know work. As an idea, when you see me put channels on the screen like Charlene Heel, and you'll see with her other channel as well, if anybody's been on the screen here in Tuber Chat before and I put their channel up, they are always subscribed. It is extremely rare that anybody ever loses me as a connection. Now, we know that it's YouTube doing it. It's not people doing it. But still, the more we do for each other, if you can do the things like watching videos that are at least 3 minutes long, watching them in their entirety, and leaving comments that are about 3 or 4 sentences, that might be just about enough. I always give the thumbs up. I always ring the bell. And those things can help also. I always recommend taking a couple of extra videos and putting them in a playlist, like your watch later list, that you can run afterwards to give YouTube a little bit of extra engagement as well. Hugo Homestead is in the house. Good to see you here. And All Things Jay is still hanging out. Thank you for coming in. Charlene Heel is a powerhouse of energy and positivity. I just put the reminder on for your premiere. They've been doing a little bit of live streaming lately, just chasing watch hours, but typically what they bring is natural healing, coaching, and transformation in their videos on their channel, both with inspiration and motivation. And then when we flip over to their second channel, which is business services and opportunities, we get to a second channel where Charlene Heal promises to bring us the same positivity and motivation, but with the added bonus of opportunities to build wealth. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her over here, and she brings her energy and positivity everywhere she goes. So I hope you'll enjoy that support coming to you after you connect with her. She's got 119 subscribers here. We'd love to move her a little bit farther on the road to 200. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I see the Bud Files has come in, and Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder just renewed their membership to a gold membership. So what that means again is after today, we will see their channel in the excuse me. I always talk too much, but today I'm talking way too much. We always see their channel in the slides that we run in the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. We will again after tomorrow or after today. And then we'll see their link drop by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so as well. So let's get that channel up here right now. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder. And as I was saying, this creator actually has 4 channels going. I'm curious to see if they're going to handle all 4, because I'm having trouble keeping up with my own main channel when I have 3 of my own, and then I run a few others for somebody else and consult for a couple and this and that. It's a lot of work, right? We all know that. But Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder has been able to handle it with over 4,000 subscribers on this channel. Now, this creator I was introduced to well over 2.5 years ago, and they were so unbelievably supportive, both to me in my own YouTube journey. You know, we're just friends that support each other, but also in the idea of helping me build up Superchat in the very beginning. They're actually inspirational in the creation because of their generosity. Kid Wonder and a lot of other creators like them, that they were the very first channel chosen out of the Superchat family to be featured on episode number 2 of Superchat, and then their other channels were featured later on. Sea Bear Scratchers, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the house. And Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder, of course, is monetized here, but I'm going to show you their second channel, Kid Wonder's Gaming and Live Stream. And they've got 1,500 subscribers over here already as well. They've been aggressively working on this channel. Now, I can see I'm falling behind, but I'm just going to take another one of these videos and add it into my catch-up list. We've been hoping for the longest time to one of these days get a challenge going between the two of us, because it's just coincidence, but I played 8-Ball Pool too. That's just a game that I happen to play on the phone for a few years, just casually. You know, I don't play a lot of games, but when I do, I've got a few things that I play, like Candy Crush and this here, and hopefully one of these days we'll get that done. Fabe Latcher, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She happens to be a member, so we'll get her on the wheel right away. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now because we've been on for 45 minutes already. Kid Wonder's Gaming and Live Stream is the second channel from this creator. The Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder. I might have got the name on that slightly wrong. Oh, that's right. Yep, the Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder is a third channel from this creator, and then Kid Wonder presents in random news. And this is another channel from this creator, but they've just started it, so we'll see what they do here. Experience Africans, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Pardon me. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here and see who's coming up next. If anybody has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that greatly. It helps get a couple more people into Superchat right now and could see this live stream pushed out a little bit farther, both right now and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead. I Am Betty J Gathers is up right this second. Now, this is a creator who is another powerhouse of energy. She comes into Superchat and she's probably responsible responsible for us gaining hundreds of thumbs up because she reminds everybody every day, and I appreciate that as well. She's got over 203 subscribers herself right now, and I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 300 that she's thinking about. She's been doing a few live streams lately, and you're not keeping them up, I think. Am I wrong that you're not keeping them up, or is it because it just hasn't processed yet? Because I've got her a couple of times now. I'm just going to take another video and add it into my catch-up list here. But if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream right now, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I'll appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded when I'm on a phone from time to time. So I am going to get some names onto our wheel from our chat list here in another second. I think Nikki D Official is coming up. And I'll add some more. Whenever we get down to about 5 or 6 names is when I start adding them from our chat list. And we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next hour and a half or so before we go and watch a premiere from Wolfspear Productions. Come Hither with Heather is on the wheel. They usually are quite early. And then Inspire So Many will be on there as well. Now I'll get some more names for the wheel as we need them when we get back down to 5 or 6 names, and I'm going to try to start moving a little bit faster than I have been with channels. Great Farmer Freelance, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. I only ever put channels on the screen once per show, no matter how much of those kind of things happen, but that makes it that much more special, so I really do appreciate that extra support, especially for a creator that's just here for the first time today. So hopefully everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. We're obviously talking about a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and Derek's Journey is in the house as well. He is going to motivate us with fitness, as well as take us on family adventures. There's a lot of variety on that channel. Come Hither with Heather is bringing us paranormal investigations and explorations of abandoned places as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Come Hither with Heather is here with us almost every day. They have been an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Just going to set my reminder for another premiere here. You got a few live streams. I've got the reminders on for those. Now I'm hoping I catch these things. One of them is coming up tomorrow. I see that. That'll be Sunday night for me at 10:30 p.m. And then I see that this premiere is scheduled for next week. So, Come Hither with Heather is also connected very much to Werner's Adventures, and these partners have separate channels in which they bring us similar content. So I hope everybody will connect with both of them. They are both very generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, and they're not too far behind each other when it comes to subscribers and momentum on the channel either. Werner's Adventures is getting pretty close to 500. We'd love to see them get their community tab popping up. I just want to see there's Come Hither with Heather's community tab. We're so happy now that YouTube dropped that restriction, or I want to say it the right way, but they changed that. You know, it used to be 1,000 that you had to have to get that community tab to pop up. Now with 500, we're seeing more and more creators. What I can tell you is that in the very beginning, when we started to have those available often, they weren't getting as much traction as you'd expect as they are now, but they have really taken off. And especially on the other channels that I run that are not mine, we rely on community posts to get a lot of exposure. Now, it's not notifications. Here's the thing. You put out a community post, and for those of you who are already doing that, you might find that you're not getting a lot of comments or not a lot of thumbs up on those community posts. But it's not that. It's that people are noticing. And what you'll find, I think, over time, is that you'll get a lot of clicks on the actual video. Everybody forgets to give thumbs up at some point. Everybody forgets to give comments at some point, right? Some more than others. But I can tell you right now that they are an absolute dream when it comes to being a tool. Not to mention, sharing other people's videos on the community tab is the #1 thing that I'm thanked for here on YouTube and have been for a long time. So we look forward to helping everybody get those who hasn't got them yet, and that's simply by building up your families. And of course, here in Tuber Chat, we believe wholeheartedly by the idea of giving much more than we expect to receive. And by that token, the idea then for anybody that's fairly new to Tuber Chat, the best success that you're going to find here is always in giving much more than we expect to receive, but making the first move, reaching out to other creators and doing all the things you wish they would do for you, knowing that they will come back and do the same for you afterwards. Thank you, Great Farmer Freelance. I really do appreciate all this extra support. You're making me laugh, but I really do appreciate that. And like I said, this is somebody who's brand new to Tuber Chat today, so it's wonderful to see you coming in blazing with such generosity. Now, I just spun the wheel. We're going to get Frasball Collects up here. This is a creator who's bringing us a look at numismatic collectible coins as well as precious metals. So I'm sure we have a lot to be learned from this creator, and they are posting almost every single day here. So I'm just going to take your latest video. It's easy to fall behind with them. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up. Mr. Fulton Mraz is in the house, and they are hopefully going to get some news. They do a lot of auditions for some of the shows like America's Got Talent and things like that, which is really cool. Inspire So Many, you are on the list. Yeah, you are on the list. You have been for a little while. We never know how long it's going to take when we get the wheel spinning. That hopefully adds a little bit of fun, if not frustration, to everybody. And Herman the Great is up here right now, added to the wheel just because they happen to be a member. We always put the members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So hopefully everybody will connect with Frasball Collects. This is another creator who came into the Tuber Chat family just blazing with generosity right away. And like I said, they happen to be a member, so we put them on the wheel right away as soon as we saw them. But they were here early. They were here right at the beginning of the stream today. Dory UG Media, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Like I said, I'm going to try to move a little bit faster. If anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, okay, there you go. Yes, Lenny the Lawyer Live. Thank you for another super chat. He's done that countless number of times already. And is obviously a very generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Lenny the Lawyer Live brings us legal information on 3 different YouTube channels, considering a 4th, but working on 3 right now. I was confused about that yesterday. Yes, that I kept on thinking there was 4, but he's considering a 4th, but we'll look at all of those in another moment. Now, I spun the wheel, so Derek's Journey's up here right now. Lenny the Lawyer Live has taken over as our stream boss. Happalistic Kitchen, thank you so much for a super chat. For that reason, we're going to put your channel up right after Lenny the Lawyer Live. And when I mention the stream boss, what I'm talking about is the video game life meter under my camera there. And every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the current stream boss. The very last person to knock them out becomes the next stream boss. So Lenny the Lawyer Live will get some extra exposure for a little while for that reason. Cosmic Cultivators, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We still got a long way to go. I'm expecting at least an hour and a half. We've got a premiere to watch from Wolf Spirit Productions later today, where we'll be able to continue connecting the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. And I will leave this live stream running right up until the moment that begins. But it's a long time from now. We should be able to get lots and lots and lots of channels on the wheel and the screen, as we always do. Derek's Journey is an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, has been for a long time. They're a member, so we added them onto the wheel right away, of course. And as we spun, they came up. Now, you'll notice on their channel, they're putting a lot of focus on other creators here with their featured channels. When you feature channels on your front page this way, you're saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured, by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they're saying to their audience in the YouTube algorithm that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audience and on the YouTube algorithm when your channel is featured on so many other creators' front pages. So I recommend it for anybody that's willing to do it. It's a great way to trade favors and get a friendship started. That's where the strong and solid foundation for our channels really comes from. If you have featured Tuber Chat on your front page, just please make sure that I know so I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that. Jabby's Treasures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Northeast England Railway Clips, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I forgot to ask Michael's Adventures how his 2 steaks were today. Michael's Adventures. You'll see, especially when I run into him. I don't know if he mentions it everywhere, but we talk about it all the time. But Michael's Adventures often will grill steaks, and it's always 2 at a time. He's one of these people who's got a metabolism that can just eat whatever he wants all the time, which I'm extremely jealous. But for the rest of us, Derek's journey can motivate us to hopefully eventually lose some weight and live a little bit healthier, if not eat a little bit healthier. Derek's journey has 1,340 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,400 that they're thinking about. Now, this channel will bring us fitness challenges with a lot of collaborations with other YouTubers. And like, for instance, here we see clips. I don't know if you'll see it in the preview as I roll over it, but often in his videos he'll feature others, which is interesting. But as well, he gives us a great look at the creator behind the channel by taking us on family adventures as well. And you see a lot of this in a lot of the thumbnails that we see here. Look, family art fun is right there. I'm a family man myself. It's my favorite thing. So I'm always happy to see that. Derek's journey is fully monetized. Lots of ways to support him when we get there, including super chats and memberships. And Sparkle's Hope Chest is in the house. Good to see you always. Let me get her onto the wheel. That is mom to Wolf Spirit Productions in real life, where we're going to go and see a premiere in a little while. And next up, Lenny the Lawyer Live dropped a super chat on us, as he's done many times before. We'll see what he's got going on his 3 channels. He brings us legal information. Now, I know that legal information and finance are not anywhere near the same thing, but much in the way that we all have to deal with finances and financial information, eventually I believe that we all, maybe more than 99% of us, have to deal with legal information at some point in our lives, right? So it's wonderful that we have somebody who's a part of the Tuber Chat family that we can lean on, first of all, for information, and then, hey, I'm sure he's going to love it when I say, and feel free to ask questions too, especially in his comment section. That gives great engagement to the algorithm. One of the things that I had learned a long time ago, actually, but from some of the bigger YouTubers, when you think about Sean Cannell or Roberto Blake or Nick Nimmin or Sunny Lenarduzzi or Vanessa Lauer, all these others, what you will hear is that they'll say you got to be prepared if you're going to do any kind of tutorial videos or give out information that could result in questions coming back, because they will. And you have to be ready for that, and we see that all the time. But Lenny the Lawyer Live is graciously sharing on his channel a lot of legal information in many different subjects. It's like every video is covering something completely different, which is great. And hopefully everybody will enjoy that. He's got 114 subscribers on the main channel right now. Hopefully we can push him a little bit farther there. 1SP, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I'm just going to grab his other 2 channels, Boyer Coffee Enterprises. Oh, yeah, I misspelled it, but that was just a slip up of the keys there. Boyer Coffee Enterprises is a second channel where he's bringing us more legal information. And this looks more entrepreneurial, right, if that makes sense, because we're looking at two different things here, talking about a digital entrepreneur's transformation, but then as well a business checkup. So we'll keep an eye on these channels, and I'll hopefully over time do a better job of talking about each one and the different kinds of information we get there. Axe Gamer Girl 19, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. My Smart Jewish Lawyer is the third channel so far from Lenny the Lawyer Live, and this is where they bring us some more legal information. So hopefully everybody will follow Lenny the Lawyer Live on all three channels at some point, if it's appropriate. We'll talk about the idea of getting these hooked up so that you have your other channels featured. Yeah, everybody has to decide if that's the right thing for them to do with their own channels, but what I recommend for most creators with more than one is to feature your other channels somewhere, if not at the bottom of your front page, just so that other people will catch you, because often the kind of viewers or supporters that will hit your front page ever at all are the same kind of people in a lot of cases who will be inclined to follow your other channels as well. So it's wonderful when you can really benefit from that cross promotion, right? So it's just an idea. And let's have a look now at Happalistic Kitchen. They dropped a super chat on us as well. This is a creator that is always smiling. You'll notice this in their thumbnails right away. It's one of the things that always makes it. It's almost like, you know how they say if you give a smile, you get a smile back? I can feel myself always smiling every time I look at this creator's page, just for that reason. She always looks so happy and excited, right? 303 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. And Axe Gamer Girl 19. So it takes a little while to get onto our wheel or our screen, but it is open to everybody. So if you have some time to spend here in Superchat, it can take a long time these days because we're very busy, but it is open to everybody. If you don't mind taking a moment to read our video description, you'll get an idea of how exactly we connect with each other. Here, the idea is to support other creators first, and then they will come back and support you afterwards. It works the opposite of a lot of growth streams. And then what will happen is eventually you'll start to see your connections growing. And if you've got a lot of time to spend, I'll be able to put your channel on the screen. It's actually controlled by a robot that keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat, as well as how long you're here. It's not just one or the other. Crescent Dart Designs, thank you so much for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support. They are from Toronto, actually close to where I had grown up. Courtney Shanice Reviews, good to see you in the house. They're willing to swap playlists. If anybody in the house is willing to do that, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Happalistic Kitchen is bringing us a bit of variety in their videos, as well as some delicious looking content. We see that in the shorts, and they're mixing up videos and live streams as well. I'm just going to take your latest video and add that into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up with you, make sure I don't fall too far behind. Thank you one more time for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support. They've done that many times, as has Crescent Dart Designs. Pardon me, we'll look at that channel next. And Crescent Dart Designs, like I said, comes from Toronto. Now, they bring us an interesting bit of variety on their channel. There's a lot of art videos here, both in the form of shorts and long-form videos, but they also give us a look around Toronto. Here's an interesting, like this is one of the subway stations. They're just taking us for a quick look there. And then as well, they bring us tributes to a lot of the retro TV shows that we might remember from the 80s and 90s and maybe even 2000s. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Crescent Art Designs has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time. We can see that they've got 470 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 500 that will bring their community tab up. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. And if you have the ability to share this live stream right now, whether it's on a community tab here on YouTube or on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that as well. Helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat today and could see this live stream pushed out a little bit farther, both right now and in the coming days and possibly even weeks ahead. I'm just going to spin the wheel. We're going to see which channel is going to be the next one that I'm going to put on the screen. It's going to be Kristen Welton. She's my love. She's here as a member and a moderator. We're going to go on break, and then we're going to come right back and look at her channel. Alright, I needed just an extra second there, but we're going to get the screen up and running in a moment. Here we go, and Pittsburgh Artist Studio, good to see you in the house. They happen to be a member. got them on the wheel for that reason. Goodness. Struggling to type now. And we did see another channel come in. I don't mean to miss anybody. Rebel Canners, good to see you here. I just stopped into their live stream earlier today. Thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to say hello or give that thumbs up and say hi to everybody. I really do appreciate that. I know not everybody could just be here for 2.5 hours because it's convenient for me to stream at this time, so I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Eric Thomas, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. You certainly can grow. Our video description has our instructions for how you can make the most out of your time here and connect with other creators, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. Everybody here will be willing to connect, so feel free to reach out to anybody you'd like. If you take your time, meet people one by one, you'll find many friends and family members for your own channel. And the Krista's Antiques and Collectibles. Yes, there you are. Thank you. I did see you come in just before I took off on break. Forgive me if I've missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. I know Outgoing Azzy is in the house as well. We're looking at Kristen Welton. This is my love. She's here as a member and a moderator. And she has her own channel doing her own thing. One of the things you'll notice lately is that she has got a lot of branding consistently going on between her thumbnails, banner, and avatar lately. Now, she does a lot of shorts as well, and she has mixed up live streams in the past as well. I'm sure we'll see more of those from her. Most often what you find these days is unboxings and product reviews, but hopefully everybody will enjoy that. She's fully monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships. She's got almost 1,400 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther, and she has collaborated with other creators on some of those live streams as well. Her shorts have done well. She's hit almost 20,000 and almost 30,000 views on a couple of those. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. We see that she's got a brand new video that just came out an hour ago. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that as well. If anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Healthy G-Mom is in the house as a member as well, so I've got them on the wheel right away. I'm going to move a little bit faster now because we're in the second half of the live stream. We've still got a long way to go. We've got well over an hour if everybody wants to, and we've got a premiere to watch from Wolfspear Productions that will come up at the end of today's live stream, where we'll be able to continue connecting with people the same way that we do here, and I'll leave this live stream running right up until the moment that begins so we can clean up our connections before we head over there, and then we'll all head over and raid together. Inspire So Many is here with 372 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. We are going to get some inspiration and positivity from this creator in a religious way. I'm just going to take your latest video and add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. Lenny the Lawyer Live is dropping another super chat on us. Thank you for that extra support. Is there a way that TuberChat can use something like Zoom and YouTube so we can be more interactive? I used to use StreamYard. I don't bring anybody on. I rarely do. So as a matter of fact, on episode 100, 200, and 300, as I will for 400, which is coming up, I was joined by my dear friend Vern's Junk Closet, who's somebody who's inspirational in the creation of TuberChat. She's been a dear friend for a long time, but she's also knowledgeable in YouTube. And then we do a different type of live stream where we talk about tips and tricks and the algorithm and all the things that have been updated in the last 6 months. A lot more informative than your typical TuberChat where we just give little nuggets of information when they come up. I have done many live streams on my own channel and others I've done a lot of interviews on other people's channels as well, where we just simply talk about, YouTube or different things. So that could be an idea. But as for Tuber Chat itself, I tend to just keep it this way, because what I find is that everybody loves, having their channel up on the screen. That's the truth of it. And when I've seen other growth streams that have done similar things to what we do here in Tuber Chat, and they change up the program to not put channels on the screen as much, we find that their numbers seem to have fallen in a few cases. So there's a lot of great growth streams out there. There's a lot that have grown. There's a lot that continue to thrive and this and that. But it's something that we notice. So this is why I really don't change up the program itself. Not that I'm not open to ideas, but that I find that the consistency is what is the key here. And then the idea is possibly adding other ideas as well. I've thought about maybe doing members only live streams where we have something where maybe the moderators are on screen with me, or possibly another couple of people, as long as those live streams are left up so that everybody can view them after if they wanted to. But it's just an idea, not even something I'm serious about, so we'll keep that in mind. But thank you, Lenny Lawyer Live, because the more people who kind of put ideas on the table, the more I can consider options and ideas for Tuber Chat as well. And it really helps me to know what people have in their minds as well, as opposed to simply putting channels on the screen and talking about, featuring channels and a lot of the typical things that we do. Elastictv is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They happen to be a member as well. We put them on the wheel right away because of that membership. We always add members onto the wheel. But when we get back down to about 5 or 6 names, which should be not too long from now, we'll get more names coming on from our chat list. It's open to everybody. It just takes a little bit of time these days. It's run by my robot that keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat. It's not just about how long you're here, so you just want to keep that in mind. Elastictv brings us a lot of variety, but mostly delicious looking content on their channel. They've experimented with a couple of shorts already. I'm just going to take another pistachio donut video. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I'm going to take this into my catch-up list, and that will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. Danforth Avenue Wellness, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I believe this is your second time here. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. And the Gaming Ham has just dropped a super chat on us. We'll look at that channel next for that reason, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Elastictv is an incredibly loyal and dedicated supporter. We see that, a generous supporter as well. And they've been with Tuber Chat for quite some time now. So, oh, I see. Eric Thomas says they show their viewers tips on cooking skills and driving videos. Very cool. We'll be looking forward to getting to know your channel. Garden State Gardener is in the house. That's another place where you actually meet a lot of friends. And Joe from Garden State Gardener comes to us from the homesteading community, constantly is trying to push creators to get together and support each other, and does a fantastic job of it as well. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream right now, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. So the Gaming Ham is up right now. They just dropped a super chat on us. Thank you for that extra support. They've done that many times before. They happen to be live right this second. They're back on Mass Effect. They were switching up the gameplay here. So they do gaming live streams, but they also are an advocate for the amateur radio community, lovingly known as ham radio, and therefore we have the name The Gaming Ham. And then, yes, The Gaming Ham. The bots can be very overwhelming at times. Artfully Blind with Diana's in the house. Another member is here. We'll just get her onto the wheel right away, and we're going to spin quickly. So thank you, The Gaming Ham, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. If anybody has the ability to push this live stream out as a share, whether it's on a community tab here on YouTube or on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I will appreciate that greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat today and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and possibly even weeks ahead. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is here. So we've got them on the wheel right away. The Gaming Ham, we just put up actually Herman the Great. I just spun the wheel. I have to spell it right to get it to work though. Herman the Great is coming up right now. 318 subscribers. They always come into the chat welcoming and wishing everybody well for their day. So thank you for that. I always appreciate positivity. Herman the Great is mixing up the videos and live streams. So I'm hoping I catch them on a stream sometime soon. Mr. Bubbles, good to see you in the house. Gloria's Platter is another dear friend of Tuber Chat. She'll be willing to swap the playlist. Thank you for coming in. Healthy G Mom, thank you for your super chat. I really do appreciate that. For that reason, we're going to make your channel the next one that we look at before I spin the wheel again. And then I'm going to try and move a little bit faster through channels now. So Herman the Great is bringing us pure variety. Hopefully everybody will enjoy that. As you can see, vlogs, live streams, and adventures pretty much leaves this channel open to almost anything. And then, yes, Lenny the Lawyer Live. We actually hit 125 yesterday, which is quite a feat, actually. But I do appreciate those thumbs up, so thank you for that. Lenny's always pushing for us to get extra thumbs up, and I appreciate that greatly. And it's always my pleasure, Herman the Great, having your channel up. So I'm going to look at Healthy G-Mom next. She just dropped a super chat again, as she's done many times. And with almost 3,000 subscribers, my dear goodness, you're getting so close, dangerously close to 3,000 right now. I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther, and they are fully monetized, so there's lots of ways to support them when we get there, including super chats and memberships. I can see you've got another brand new video, so I'm just going to take that one and add it into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And Healthy G-Mom, of course, is trying to motivate us with healthy living, healthy eating, and I'm always happy to see creators bringing that. You know, we have a lot of cooking channels, baking channels, and healthy living channels. I'm happy because I think we can all, in most cases, live a little bit healthier, eat a little bit healthier. I certainly can, and I hope to take motivation from some of these creators. Elastictv, thank you for an extremely generous super chat. I really do appreciate that. Elastictv, we looked at already, but I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And I'm not sure if my stream boss is working properly there. It should have registered, but maybe it didn't. Okay, Elastictv should have taken over as our stream boss there. This is one of the things that you have to consider when you think about live streaming and the different platforms that you're going to use. So for instance, like Streamlabs here, right? That Stream Boss that's under the camera there is something that seems to glitch often and doesn't work 100% of the time. And I'm sure that builds frustration to people. So you have to be very careful about promises that you're making to people when you're thinking especially about memberships and the different features that you may add into your live stream, because we all know that even though these things are computers, they're supposed to be perfect. Not everything works perfectly all the time, usually due to the internet or glitches on servers and things like that. So if something did go wrong, you have to be able to make that up and things like that. But luckily, the Stream Boss thing is just an added feature that usually works, so we don't have to worry about that too much because it's not exactly a promise that's made. But I really do appreciate that extra support from Elastictv, and like I said, they've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I thought I just missed the channel coming in. And Creed TV, I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Ali's Craft Pursuits is coming up next. I just spun the wheel We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They've got almost 1,100 subscribers. They're getting pretty close right there. Ali's Craft Pursuits is bringing us both shorts as well as videos and live streams. They've been doing a lot of gameplay on their channel as well as crafting videos, and then little videos here as well. It's interesting the way you put that, but I'm just going to take this short video. I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me stay caught up with Ali's Craft Pursuits and make sure I don't fall too far behind, but I've been lucky to catch her on a couple of live streams as well. Hopefully you will too. If anybody in the house has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, I will appreciate that greatly. So let's spin the wheel. I'm trying to move a little bit faster through channels now. We've still got an hour to go, and then we've got a premiere coming up from Wolfsbear Productions, our dear friend who happens to be a gold member. You see their link drop by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. We will be able to continue connecting with them and in their live chat. I will drop the link when we get about 45 minutes from now, when we get closer to the time. But we should be able to get to everybody's channel today. We have been able to do that lately. Mrs. VSNC09 is a creator that I talked about earlier. Now you can see the generosity in this creator. Not that I'm saying everybody needs to do this, but it just speaks volumes when we have creators that are putting featured channels front and center on their front page this way. Mrs. VSNC09 brings us shorts, videos, and live streams. Now I talked about this creator right at the beginning of the stream because I caught them this morning on another live stream. I've caught them many times before. More than half of their content revolves around the royal family, and what I say almost every single day, because they're here with us almost every day, is that they are they always have an engaging live chat. But it's not just that the chat is great because they converse among themselves. It's because Mrs. VSNC09 knows so well the content that they're describing about the royal family and all the news that has to do with that situation, that people in the chat are then inclined to respond to Mrs. VSNC09 and carry the conversation on. When you have an engaged live stream with true conversation happening, that sends wonderful engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm and can be very beneficial, as you can imagine. So I hope everybody will connect with them and see what I'm talking about. How do I put channels on the front page, Experience Africans? One of these days, I hope to do a behind-the-scenes video or at least photo or something like that to show you. So I am using Streamlabs right now. I used to use StreamYard. I'm using Streamlabs. Now you have to imagine this, but I actually have two screens. When you see me look over to the side like this, I know it looks like I'm looking at the channel on the screen right there, but I'm actually looking at another screen connected to my computer. And that screen is represented by this big top right panel that has both the wheel and the channel on it. Now I've got this window that I've just put in front of it, but you can see what I'm talking about. The rest of the stuff that you see are just panels that are available to be part of the live stream in Streamlabs. They're just features that are added, so there's way too much for me to be able to describe with any kind of I don't know, useful tutorial with vocals only here, if that makes any sense. But one of these days I intend Lenny Lawyer Live's gonna laugh because I'm saying I intend on someday doing tutorials of these things to try to help everybody, and one of these days I'll be able to go through both OBS and Streamlabs. I haven't used XSplit yet, but one of these days maybe I'll try that too. StreamYard, Melon, and Restream as well. And we'll get these done so that everybody can understand how to go live in the different situations. You'll be able to compare the different platforms, decide what's right for you. In a lot of cases, Streamlabs, or I keep mixing them up, StreamYard is a great option for a lot of creators because it's very easy to use. You can put channels on the screen the same way that I do here in Superchat. You just don't have as much real estate on the screen that can be played around with, like with all these other features that I use, if that makes sense. But one of these days you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of videos out there right now. Eventually I intend on doing tutorials that will be meant for the Tuber Chat family. You know what I mean? The things that we've all been through in the last year and a half, the things that constantly come up in all of our YouTube journeys, so that I can do a tutorial that's meant from our perspective, if that makes sense. But I'll try to get on that quickly. So next we're going to look at Fabe Latcher. And this is another incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, somebody who I run into regularly supporting other creators. And this is somebody who engages conversation, like I was talking about, when you bounce in between premieres and live streams yourself, supporting other creators that you're connected to, and you see engaged conversation. Fabe Latcher is very much a creator who engages conversation in that way. So hopefully you'll enjoy that kind of support coming back to you after you connect with her. She's got 2,430 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. King Ismail 2002 YT has a premiere running right now, but our moderators will take out any messages that are self-promoting, because the idea here is just that you want to connect with other creators for the purpose of making them a permanent part of your channel and your own community and hopefully family, so that they'll be there for all your premieres and things like that. People here typically won't leave to go and watch a premiere, because Tuber Chat is a different type of thing. Everybody's here working on their channels. They know they can just watch your video after, so they likely will. It's probably true, Outgoing Azzy. We're going to have a look. They might be about to hit 5K. They're growing rapidly. Fabe Latcher, I'm just going to take your latest video, Queen of Glow, here, because I don't want to fall behind with you. I've got that in my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up and make sure that I don't fall too far behind. I'm overdue now for adding names onto the wheel from our chat list, so I'm going to do that in another moment here. I know today's been a longer day. Saturdays usually are. Sparkle's Hope Chest is coming up right now. Interestingly, this creator, Sparkle's Hope Chest, is mom to Wolf Spirit Productions in real life, and Wolf Spirit Productions has a premiere for us to watch in another hour from now. So these are both generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. It's a mother-daughter combination, but they have their own channels which are run separately, and it makes it that much more special to see how they support each other so much. Zadrum is coming up on our Wheel of Doom right now, along with Ace Flaw 1 and Professional Paranormal Research. And I'll get some more names on the wheel shortly when we get back down to 5 or 6. Sparkle's Hope Chest brings us pure variety. And they do great with series. They've recently restarted their Motel Life series. They have quite a few Happy Mail videos. They collaborate with Wolf Spirit Productions whenever they can, which is great. And they put a lot of focus on their featured channels here as well. They come to us originally from a tight-knit community, originally from Froggy Went to Knitting, and it spidered off from there, which is great, and I appreciate the extra support and the friends that Sparkle's Hope Chest and Wolf Spirit Productions have sent in. So I'm going to look at Wolf Spirit Productions next. I just want to have a look at Sparkle's Hope Chest videos here. So I saw the Motel Life video. I'm just going to watch this Happy Life, or Happy Mail video. Happy Life, Happy Mail. And put that in my catch-up list. That will help me to make sure I stay caught up, don't fall too far behind. I'm going to put Wolf Spirit Productions up right now. Garden State Gardener just dropped another super chat on us, and thank you for that extra support. I really do appreciate that. Garden State Gardener actually managed to snipe the stream boss position, because it worked this time. That's that video game life meter under my camera there. Typically the last person to knock the life out of the stream boss takes over that position, and we'll get some extra exposure for that reason. As well, you'll notice that the recent history of memberships and super chats is represented in what we call a activity list under the screen there, under the wheel. and that just shows the history, so everybody gets a little bit of exposure for that reason as well. Great Farmer Freelance, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that several times today, which is just their first day coming into the Tuber Chat family, so thank you for that extra support. So just so that everybody knows exactly how that Stream Boss thing is supposed to work, it's never perfect because it's a plugin from Streamlabs and it relies on too many, internet connections and servers and things like that. You'll understand if you start using it, all the different things that have to happen to make that thing work properly. But anyway, when it works properly, the idea is that every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life. I have mine set at 2,000 points, and 1 point is about equal to an American penny. So what happens is, let's say for instance, Grape Farmer Freelance and Lexus Ice ASMR just dropped $5 super chats each. That will knock 500 points each off of the Stream Boss when it gets down to eventually 0 from the 2,000, works out to about $20. Then it resets and the next person becomes the Stream Boss. So that's what happens. Oh, I see. Great Farmer Freelance. Yes, it does put your name at the top of the activity list too, but Lexus Ice ASMR just knocked that out. These are the kind of things that can bring some fun into your streams as well. You will find things that happen on YouTube just like they do on Twitch, like super chat battles between creators and stuff like that. And it's not something you can usually predict or entice, but something that randomly happens. And of course, you can understand the benefit that happens when it does. But it's great to see the little bit of competitiveness that happens in fun between creators in between those different things. So Wolfspear Productions brings us another set of variety, much different than Sparkle's Hope Chest. Like I said, this is a mother-daughter combo with separate channels. Wolfspear Productions has a premiere that we're going to watch this here, live Pepsi Nitro and Pepsi Nitro Vanilla Draft Cola taste test that we're going to go and see right after Tuber Chat. So I'm actually going to grab the link for this because I need it. I will drop that when it's time, about half an hour from now. And we will go over there together. You'll be able to continue connecting in their live chat the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. You'll meet more friends and family members over there. Sparkle's Hope Chest brings us a lot of series of videos. They're a truck driver. They bring us on their routes, but they take us on a lot of adventures in their destinations and give us a great look at their home life as well. Yeah, thank you everybody for the 100 thumbs up. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody is always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. I'm going to do something, show you something here that I haven't talked about enough. Now, Garden State Gardener comes to us from the homesteading community, and I did mention this creator earlier. They are an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they're fully monetized. Lots of ways to support them when you get there, but they do a special live stream called Sunday Fun Day. And a day before that, I think usually on Friday, they put out this Sunday Fun Day registration video. They do a lot of giveaways during their Sunday night live stream. It happens at 7 p.m. Eastern. And when you register in their video, you become a part of the giveaway contest. You might be able to win a couple of things over there. But it's a really fast-paced chat. It's not unreasonable to see Joe with 100 people watching at a time, which, as you know, is quite a interesting feat to accomplish. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. I hope to see you with Garden State Gardener. I try to catch them when I can on Sunday nights, but they bring a lot of other fun into their channel as well, collaborations with other creators. They seem to post just about every single day different types of videos. They do some shorts, and I've even seen them go as far as to share content on other live streams. They were at Disney and given that content to another creator as well. I'm always happy to see that kind of generosity. So thank you for your super chat. I didn't mean to spin the wheel, but Ace Flaw 1 will be the next channel that we look at after Lexus Ice ASMR, who also dropped a super chat on us. And I see that Baskets Resale has come in. they're a member, so we're going to add them onto the wheel right away. As you can see, they've been a member over a year. Anybody with those pink badges, for those of you who've already set up memberships or are thinking about it, you'll notice that YouTube gives you those little circle badges that you can use if you'd like to, and they're colored a certain way. So when I made the Tuber Chat badges, I colored them exactly the same so that it's representative the way that YouTube intended for time. You don't have to do that. You do whatever you want. A lot of creators have come up with some really creative things to do. But you'll notice anybody with a pink badge has been a member for over a year, and it won't be very many more months. TuberChat was monetized at the end of August, a year and a half ago, that eventually we're going to see red badges pop up for people who've been here for 2 years. But I really do appreciate that extra support. Lenny the Lawyer Live, thank you so much for your extra generous support. I really do appreciate that, as well as your engagement in the chat. It gives us lots to talk about and think about, and hopefully everybody will connect with Lenny the Lawyer Live. He is an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who does a lot to both help us promote for thumbs up here in the stream, always engages conversation, which is beneficial, but generously gives legal information to everybody on their 3 channels as well. Lexus Ice ASMR, thank you for another super chat. They've done that before. I'm just going to set my reminder for your premiere, but I can see I'm behind with you. I'm going to take this 42-minute stream replay and add that into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up with your channel a little bit. They are at 494 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther right now. We'd love to get this creator to have their community tab. It can take up to 7 days after you get your 500 locked in, and it happens automatically. Just one day you wake up and it's there. Outlaw creative. Some businesses may think you're an outlaw. Interesting. It is an interesting name, though, but it makes it memorable. That's for sure. Southern Sandy Crafts, there you are. I'm actually going to put that channel on here right away. When I was looking for you yesterday, we didn't... you had already gone. Southern Sandy Crafts is Coupon Gale and Gale's Southern Living with a 3rd channel, but that creator was here. They should have been on the wheel yesterday. One of the things that can be detrimental to channels that have more than one, or creators that have more than one channel, is the fact that because the robot keeps track of how active you are in the chat, if you split your time between more than one channel, then you cut your time in half and the robot can't determine. So you might get pushed down the list. Chris's Clever Craft is here as a member, so we're going to get them onto the wheel right away. Chris brings fun everywhere he goes. And it's great to see you here. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. MLW Fishing Man, good to see you here. I know it's been a long wait today, but I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels. Again, we've still got 45 minutes to go. I'm going to try to get to as many as we can before we go see Wolfsbear Productions for another premiere. So if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Great Farmer Freelance and Lexus Ice ASMR, thank you so much for your super chat again. I really do appreciate that extra support. Now, Chris's Clever Craft, like I said, brings fun everywhere he goes. He is always engaging in the conversation in the chat. He brings us topics to think about and talk about, but as well puts a lot of focus on other creators. He's constantly trying to push others towards their first 100 and things like that. He's got 3 channels of his own. We'll look at all of them. And tied with Lexus Ice ASMR, Chris's Clever Craft has 494 subscribers. We're all hoping to get this creator up over the 500, get that locked in so they can get their community tab happening. And I can see I've fallen behind with you, so I'm just going to take your latest video, add it into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And Chris's Clever Craft has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a while. Now, he's got an interesting property, and on this channel, what you'll find is that he takes us both indoors and outdoors, not just for a look around, often for do-it-yourself videos, stories that are told, and then as well, right now, for instance, Chris's Clever Craft is doing an interesting barter where he's trading literally some manual labor, like some work, for a car, which is really cool. I think that's something that's fantastic that is available to a lot of different people. You know, when we don't just think digitally about this, but there's a lot of favors that can be traded in the world, especially if you have skills of any kind. And that does go for people here on YouTube as well. For everything that you don't enjoy doing, you will, or that you really enjoy doing, you'll find that there's other people who also don't enjoy certain aspects, and it's possible to either trade favors for people or get paid to do that. You may not know, half of my full-time job is running social media, including YouTube channels for others. So that's something to think about. Nyambura Mwangi, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I'm just going to show you quickly Chris's Clever Craft second channels. Phasmonut is where he plays a video game called Phasmophobia. I'm just going to make sure I get caught up with this channel as well. And a third channel that this creator has started is Tip the Table. We've seen one video so far. I'm just going to check it out to see... show everybody this channel. He's got 16 subscribers here. We'd love to push him a little bit farther and see if there might be more content coming out on this channel shortly. So I just spun the wheel. Pittsburgh Artist Studio is coming up right now. They said they were going to go live. We'll have to look at this. They've got one here that's actually going to be starting momentarily. I'm going to put the reminder on, even though Tuber Chat will still be on. That's okay. And I'm going to put this one on for tomorrow's live stream. I think you're going to be on at the same time as Tuber Chat tomorrow as well, but that's okay. We'll have brand new content to see from this creator after we're done. Timmy Ray the King is here. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Pittsburgh Artist Studio is fully monetized, of course, with lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. Now, they say on their banner, art interviews and trivia weekly, and they actually do a lot of this along with a little bit of other variety. So today is interesting, the interview that they're going to do. And with 1,730 subscribers, we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,800 that they're thinking about. Pittsburgh Artist Studio has been a longtime friend of Tuber Chat now. If anybody has not already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. And even I have to be reminded when I'm on a phone from time to time. Meanty, it's always my pleasure putting your channel up. I put it together with Queen's Life. I've done that for a couple of creators now. Like, for instance, you know, Chris's Clever Craft has a few channels of his own. Charlene Heel has a couple. We have a few creators that have more than one. Wolfsbear Productions and Sparkles Hope Chest are usually here together, and they're so supportive that I just put their channels together. But I'm happy to do that. And Ace Flaw 1 is coming up right now. Now, this is a creator, another one that's been connected with me for well over 2.5 years. He's been there for the beginning of Tuber Chat, and as a matter of fact was there for all of the Playlist Buddies experiments that I was doing before Tuber Chat had started live streaming. So this is a creator who's been here from the beginning, and it's interesting that after 384 episodes, they're still here growing their channel and meeting friends and family members the right way. We can see that Ace Flaw 1 now has well over 3,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards the 36 that he's going to be thinking about. Ace Flaw 1 does travel videos more than anything else, and obviously is an extremely loyal and dedicated supporter and has been for a very long time. So I hope everybody will connect with them. They're also willing to swap playlists, I know that for sure. And we'll spin the wheel. Like I said, I'm going to move a little bit faster. If anybody has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that greatly. It helps get a couple more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead. Zadram is coming up right now. This is another longtime friend of Superchat. We'll see what they got going on their channel. They've got 134 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they are likely thinking about. I'm behind with this channel, but I'm just going to take your latest video and add it into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind with you. Zadram's been a long-time friend of Superchat. It's been a little while, but it's great to have you back in the chat today. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. And I'm just looking at what I can do about adding a couple more names onto our wheel. Barebones Living is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. I got to see if Professional Paranormal Research is still in the house. I've got them on the wheel. I added them recently. Barefoot Lass we looked at. Outlaw Creative is coming up. And Camp Silky, did I not put you on the wheel already? Maybe not yet today. And then I'll add some more names as we need them. So let's spin. We'll see who's coming up next. And we're going to be looking at Artfully Blind with Diana. Now, this is an extremely dynamic creator. She's got over 3,000 subscribers as well. We're going to see that in a second. She's actually working on a third, I believe, Happy Dance video, if I understand right. Artfully Blind with Diana seems to be doing a great job lately of getting creators together for collaborations. They've been doing these painting parties, which is really, really cool. I'm always happy to see creators collaborate together, but when we use these other platforms like StreamYard and Restream and Melon and all these things, we're able to get a little bit of that done. I'm just going to flip over here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here it is, 5 artists painting party. So the preview is not going to show because it's just doing this countdown thing. But if you were to go and look at that, you'll see a handful of artists together, which I think is really cool. I'm just going to set a reminder for another premiere that you've got. You got one for tomorrow, one for Monday. And Artfully Blind with Diana is an extremely dynamic creator, very energetic. Thank you, Professional Paranormal Research. I've had you on the wheel for a little while there. And again, well over 3,100 subscribers now, actually. They're on their way towards 3,200. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They're fully monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they are incredibly supportive of other creators. But there's a lot more to this channel than art. She also does random live streams and a lot of game nights and things like that, which makes for a very interactive chat also, and that could be beneficial. So when we think about how my robot here, Bottissimo, adds names into a list that I use to add them onto the wheel and eventually the screen, it's always based on how active you are in the chat, how much you're interacting with other creators. So you want to keep that in mind. Somehow it's able to detect, I don't know if it's a character count or what it is, interactivity between creators, and what you'll find is that the creators that are getting added in order have been most active. It's not just about how long you're here, but how much conversation is happening between creators. So that's just a little hint to help everybody kind of move a little bit faster. The more you're conversating with other creators, the faster you go up the list and get your channel on the screen. Outlaw Creative is here with over 500 subscribers. They are going to have their community tab popping up any day now, so we're looking forward to that for them. I'm just going to take your latest video. The last couple have been short, but I'm just going to add this. It's raining, so what about it? That's interesting. I'm adding that into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And it's great that they've got a lot of playlists happening as well. When you add playlists like this into your content, you're really like able to chop up your channel into a lot of targeted themes so that people could binge watch you, right? Like, so it's not much different than when you think of your channel. We think of it sometimes as one channel, but you actually have the opportunity to have your own almost Netflix operation here, because even though you're putting out videos consistently, if there is any kind of different theme that you can add into different playlists like this, you give people opportunities to watch series of videos, and they might. You know, especially if you're somebody who has a variety channel where maybe you do some lottery ticket scratching, maybe you do some cooking, maybe you do some tech reviews and things like that. When you mix them up, not everybody's going to want to see every video everybody's ever done. But if somebody says, I like the way this person does their product reviews, they might watch all of them. You know what I mean? And that's an interesting way that playlists can really be helpful. You can add them on your front page this way as well. So I'm glad to see Outlaw Creative's done that. I should talk more about that. One of these days, maybe we'll talk about how to make playlists and get them added to the front of your screen. We do little tutorials like that frequently. Professional Paranormal Research. Let's see what you got going on your channel right now. I see that Garden State Gardener dropped another super chat on us. Thank you for that extra support, Joe. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And Garden State Gardener is somebody who will introduce you to more friends and family members on their channel whenever they're running a premiere or a live stream. But particularly Sunday Fun Day is something that I know a lot of creators look forward to. You'll see some familiar faces over there from the Superchat family, but Joe has built up quite a loyal and dedicated audience as well. So there's always lots and lots and lots of friends to be met over there. Professional Paranormal Research is somebody I got to catch up with as well. I'm just going to have a look at your videos and see what you've been coming up with lately that I can catch up with. I'm going to take this 14-minute video because it's longer than the latest shorter ones, and I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up. The idea, of course, is that as I watch more of your content and as your channel gets put on the screen more and more every time you're here, I get to know the channels better, eventually maybe the creators better, particularly if we talk online on Instagram. Anybody can reach out to me if you'd like to. And then the idea is that the stories get better when I'm promoting your channel every time you're here after that. Queen's Life would love to know how to put a playlist on the front. It's not much different than doing the featured channels that we've talked about before, but there's just a quick trick to making sure that you can have a playlist that you want represented on your front page. It's interesting to know that you can make a playlist, let's say of 6 videos, that is unlisted if you wanted to put that on your front page to make your front page look a certain way and not have other videos interfere. Like, so for instance, I don't know how much sense this is going to make when I'm not showing it and just talking about it, but in the month of February, I went and chased some very politically charged content on my personal channel, just some newsworthy stuff. And the views were through the roof. It was ridiculous, right? But the problem is now, if I was to leave my front page just showing the popular videos, the whole front page would be taken up by that stuff, and it really doesn't look very appealing to sponsors or other people that might be coming across the page unless they were looking for that specific content, which is past now and not getting a lot of replays. So you can intentionally make playlists and then name it popular videos, put it on the top of your front page, and have your page look exactly the way you want based on your videos and thumbnails, as opposed to letting YouTube do it for you. So it's just a thought, but we'll talk about that more when we have an opportunity. Today's extremely busy. I have a feeling we're going to be putting channels on the screen for the next half hour, right up until Will Spirit's Productions premiere starts. But if we get some time tomorrow or Monday, if anybody wants to remind me, I will make a note for myself for tomorrow, but maybe we can talk about how to do that. Put playlists on your front page and make playlists in general, because they can really help creators find your content and possibly binge watch. Now, Baskets Resale has a couple of channels. We'll look at both of these. And this creator has a lot to teach us on both channels, as a matter of fact. But here on Baskets Resale, which they're aggressively working on, they're showing us how to buy low, sell high, and actually marry the offline in the online by particularly going around to estate sales and auctions and garage sales and things like that, and then finding valuable antiques more than anything else and selling them on eBay. When I say antiques, I don't just simply mean things like clocks and plates and dishes and things like that. There we're talking about toys. I forget the name of this toy. Barney's, one of Barney's toys here. And a lot of, I'm forgetting what I've seen them with, G.I. Joe's maybe. And a lot of like these trains and collectible older vehicles and things, because things were made out of different materials back in the day. I remember being a child and having toys at my grandparents' place that were very much different than Hot Wheels and some of those other things, and those can be valuable too. But Baskets Resale is going to teach us about this stuff, and you might be able to take some inspiration there and even find some things around the home that haven't been used for a while, or if you've got stuff in storage or put away and things like that that could be valuable to somebody else. Baskets Resale is going to show you how to turn that thing around or find some stuff like that if you'd like to. So with 837 subscribers, we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 900 that they're thinking about, get them officially on the road to 1K. And when we look at Baskets, we see a second but main channel from this creator with over 7,100 subscribers. So you can bet that there's a lot to be learned from this creator, both in the content that they're showing us, especially when they're talking about do-it-yourself videos, or in the case of Baskets Resale, but just the fact that they've been able to build up such a strong and solid channel, now working on a second, says that they've got a lot of experience to inspire and teach us with as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that and connect with them here on Baskets. They're actually bringing us more outdoor adventures. They take us on adventures. Occasionally you'll see a product review and things like that. I've got Garden at Table with Heather Lynn on the wheel. Krista's Antiques and Collectibles is coming up. Gloria's Platter is on there, and Cosmic Cultivators. Now, I'm going to start moving a little bit faster through channels because, like I said, we've got just under half an hour left right now. We've got a premiere to go and watch from Wolf Spirit Productions, and they are going to allow us and encourage us to connect in their live chat the same way that we are here in Superchat. So you'll be able to continue meeting more and more friends and family members over there. We'll all go over there together and raid, but I will drop the link in another 15 minutes or so that everybody can start heading over whenever you'd like. Whenever we set up a live stream or a premiere in advance, you always have a live chat that can start running much earlier than the beginning of the video itself. Thank you so much, Great Farmer Freelance. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Tomorrow we're on 3 hours earlier than today, and Monday 3 hours before that. I try to post the times earlier by a couple of days when we start working towards the weekend, if that makes sense. I try to post them on Wednesday or Thursday so that you can plan if you need to, just in case the times are different. Just in case the times are different. Our typical times are Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday at 4, Sunday at 1, and Monday at 10 a.m. Always Eastern times, but like I said, sometimes I move them around. I try never to move them after they're set unless I absolutely have to. Nikki D Official is here with 36 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards their race to the first 100. We know that these days it's more challenging than ever, but we just want to do as much as we can to push each other along. All that fluff and stuff, good to see you in the house. Did I miss Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More coming in? Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More is here as a member and a moderator, actually, and has been for a long time, over a year, as we can see from that pink badge again. There's Wolf Spirit Productions there. We looked at that channel earlier when Sparkle's Hope Chest came up because I wanted to give everybody a look as to what we were going to see when we go to that premiere in another half hour. So Nikki D Official is just starting out with their channel, but they're doing a lot of music covers, and they've already started live streaming as well, which is cool. I managed to catch them. Hopefully everybody else will as well. Nikki D Official is out there supporting others and here with us in Tuber Chat almost every single day. Pardon me. If anybody in the house right now is willing to swap playlists in the chat with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. I'm hoping we can get to everybody's channel. We still got 25 minutes to go. And then Outgoing Azzy, we're going to have a look at your channel soon enough, I'm sure, and then we'll see how close you are to the 5K mark. Outgoing Azzy's got a rapidly growing channel, but is a very outgoing creator and somebody who always spreads positivity and motivation with energy everywhere he goes. So Gloria's Platters up here right now with 1,180 subscribers. She always brings us delicious looking content. We're hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 1,200 that she's thinking about. She's mixing up shorts, videos, and live streams. And what you'll find from her videos is she always adds a somewhat comical twist into every video as well. Usually she's bringing us these recipes and cooking instruction videos, but also she took us on a tour of one of the Amazon grocery stores the other day, and the technology in that place is pretty unbelievable, as a matter of fact. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Gloria's Platter's been a dear friend for a long time, somebody who I've swapped playlists with as well. I know she'll be willing to do that, so you can reach out to her for that if you'd like to. Thank you. I am Betty J Gathers. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded, especially when I'm on a phone from time to time. Samsog's Trains and More is here with 1,470 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,500 that they're thinking about. There's a lot more to this channel than trains, but Samsog's Trains and More is here as a member and a moderator. Mostly they bring us to train stations to either have a look around or take a ride, or give us a look. And I'm hoping that everybody will connect with Samsog's Trains and More. He shows generosity over and above all the typical ways that you see on YouTube, but he also mixes up the variety on his channel with an occasional unboxing or product review, a lot of live streams. He does Q&As and game nights, and occasionally does live streams where he allows and encourages everybody to connect in the same way that we do here in Superchat. So you'll meet more friends and family members when you're over there as well. The grind never stops, Outgoing Azzy. That's what Michael's Adventures will tell you. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here, and then it's going to be time for me to add some more names from our chat list. That's a close one there, but Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is coming up. Tracy brings us beauty products in many different ways on this channel. Now, she's here in Superchat almost every single day and happens to be a member, so we had put them on the wheel right away. They bring us collaborations, but then as well, occasionally they bring us mostly reviews, but sometimes even like a top 5 type of list, and they've started live streaming as well as they bring us a lot of shorts. They've got featured channels here. We see that. I'm always happy to see creators doing that, but we don't have a sub count right now, but that's okay. We just want to push them a little bit farther. We'd love to see Tracy get to the 500 that will bring the community tab up for this channel, and we see this channel, like I said, almost every day because she's here with us frequently in Tuberchat. She's been an extremely supportive part of the Tuberchat family because she's out supporting other creators as well. She's been doing a lot of sharing on Instagram lately as well, which is really interesting because I'm not sure, I should ask what kind of an app or something you might be using to get that done, or if you're manually chopping those images that you're using to share. But she's been sharing for a lot of other creators, which is not common on Instagram, right? It is on other platforms like Facebook and Twitter because it's easier, and Reddit, right? But it's interesting to see how she's taken a hold of Instagram to be able to do that as well. And then let's spin one more time. I'm going to look at what I can do about adding some more names onto the wheel. We still got 20 minutes to go, and then we're going to have a look at that premiere from Wolf's Bear Productions, where, like I said, we'll be able to continue connecting the way we are here in Tuber Chat. You'll meet more friends and family members over there. Krista's Antiques and Collectibles is coming up right now. Here's another channel that we'll likely be able to learn from, and maybe if we follow them in Baskets Resale, we'll be able to get some ideas as to some valuable antiques and collectibles. Timmy Ray the King is on the wheel now, along with Outgoing Azzy. All that fluff and stuff is on the wheel as well, and I'll add some more names as we need them. Krista's Antiques and Collectibles is somebody that I'm still getting to know, but I'm going to take this shopping for that unique antique video, and I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind with you. And we can see that this creator is mixing up the shorts as well, and I'm just going to skim through your videos here for a second. And they've started live streaming also, so we get all three types of content from Krista's Antiques and Collectibles. So if anybody in the house has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that greatly. It helps get more people into Tuber Chat right this second, but also could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both right now and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead. So I'll appreciate it greatly. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here, and we're going to look at Bare Bones Living. They've been actually with us here in the stream today for a long time, but we never know how long it's going to take the wheel to come up with a name. We've had Scratch and PPA sit on the wheel for over 2 hours before, and then we've seen just today Chris's Clever Craft came in, got on the wheel right away, and was the first one picked, so we really never know. Bare Bones Living is here with 259 subscribers. This is again another channel that I'm still getting to know. Now they're mixing up shorts. I'm just going through their videos here. I just want to see if they're doing live streams yet, or if that might be an idea for the future. Yep, they've started live streaming. So I'm just going to take your latest video though and add this into my catch-up list, and that will help me to get caught up. The idea, of course, is that as I get to know your channel, the more you're here, we put your channel up, and as I get to watch more and more of your content, I get to know your channel better. If we end up talking outside, anybody can reach out to me anytime on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And then I love talking YouTube, but I get to know creators that way, and then eventually I can do a better job of promoting your channel every time that you're here. But Krista's Antiques and Collectibles and Bare Bones Living have both been here several times now. So I'm looking forward to getting to know them better, and hopefully everybody else will as well. The Weightlifting Geek happens to be a member, so we're going to put them on the wheel. When they originally got their membership, it actually came in on another account. You know how sometimes most of you might have seen, but when you go to start a YouTube channel, you have the option of doing it under a separate account or putting everything all together. And it's quite confusing actually, but it can lead to situations. We've seen that a couple of times where people have a separate account from their channel, even with the same name. So Outgoing Azzy is here right now, and this is a very outgoing creator. We can see they're over 4,900 subscribers right now, so they are definitely getting very close. They're officially on the road to 5K. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther right now. I don't think you're going to get it today. I have to be honest with you, Outgoing Azzy, but we know it's going to come in a matter of days, if not weeks right now. And that's, pardon me, that's true, Cosmic Cultivators. Live streams are a great interaction with people bouncing ideas and thoughts off each other. It certainly can be. It's almost like a forum, right? Especially when you get creators together. One of the things that makes me really happy, like literally, like I don't know how ridiculous this sounds, but when I'm on YouTube and I see creators together in like a StreamYard panel, it's like literally a feeling of happiness that comes over me. I'm always happy to see creators collaborating together and getting along. Maybe it's the friendship aspect of it and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but like, for instance, yesterday we went and watched a premiere for Michael's Adventures, and Hilda DC was live as well. And afterwards, Corinne's Life had joined her. And, you know, I'm happy because a lot of our family members here in Tuber Chat, particularly our moderators, get together on a lot of panels, and it hasn't been as much over the last little while. Everybody's got work schedules and things like that to bounce around. I haven't been on a lot of panels myself lately either, but it is a great way to collaborate and expand each other's audiences. So Outgoing Azzy's an extremely outgoing creator. They also share for a lot of people on their community tab as well, which is great to see. I'm just going to take your latest video, even though it's a short one. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And you've got a Outgoing Nation. Welcome. Oh, here it is. Yes, I see. Oh, 1,000 views. Yes, you do have it from 8 months ago. Very good, Outgoing Azzy. I'm happy to see videos that get a lot of traction like that. That's good stuff. If you keep an eye on your analytics, you'll eventually gain some instinct as to how to make that happen for yourself most often, right? We can never predict, but we can try and get better at it as time goes on. All that fluff and stuff, thank you for another super chat. They've done that countless numbers of times, and I really do appreciate that extra support. So for that reason, we're going to make that channel the next one that we look at before I spin the wheel again. And it's time for me to add the link for our premiere that is coming up as well. So we will get that happening in another moment. Southern Sandy Crafts is the third channel from Gail Southern Living and Coupon Gail. So I'll show you both of those channels in a second. They've got a lot of featured channels here on their front page, and they were meant to be on the wheel yesterday, but I didn't make it to catch them. I'm just going to take their latest video. They're posting frequently. I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. Oh, your first junk journal. That's interesting for me to see because I've been following a few other creators, Mrs. Gigi and Xena the Sassy Crafter, and a few others make these junk journals, and I had seen them for the first time from them, but it's great to see that you're experimenting with that, so I'll look forward to watching that. And then as well, let's look at Coupon Gail. This is a second channel from this creator. They're working on getting this monetized right now, and they've got 816 subscribers here. This is where Gail Southern Living wants to help us save money and is talking about couponing, which is great. I'm always happy to see anything that is financially beneficial because we're all talking about monetizing our channels, or most of us anyway have that on our radar, and the idea is that we'd love to maximize the impact of that income once it starts rolling in, right? So Coupon Gail is one of the creators that's going to help us with that. Again, more featured channels here, and when we get to Gail Southern Living, we see the original channel fully monetized from this creator with full with memberships and super chats available. Lots of ways to support them when we get there. Almost 1,700 subscribers, and Gail Southern Living comes to us through the homesteading community and has introduced us to lots and lots of friends. They actually did a very considerate job on a how to use Tuber Chat video a while back, which goes a little bit beyond a shout out video, and we have places on our front page for a lot of shout out videos for other creators, but this one goes a little bit farther to tell you how to get maximize the time that you spend here. Thank you, Infor Media Live. The Stock Explorers in the house, they happen to be a member. I'm just going to get them onto the reel right away. As we always do, Nora the Stock Explorer is an extremely supportive creator. Let me get the link for Wolf Spirit Productions premiere here, and I will pin it. This is where we're going to go right after Tuber Chat. You'll be able to continue connecting the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat and meet more friends and family members for your channel. We'll all go over there together as soon as Tuber Chat is finished in another just under 15 minutes from now. And let me just have a quick look at something here. Oh, it's a live stream. What's wrong with me? I keep saying it's a premiere. It's a live stream. Great. Even better. That means we'll probably have even more time than we would have. I should have known that already, but that's okay. It's a live stream. Even better. So I've just dropped a link for that. Anybody can head over there whenever they'd like. The live chat is already rolling, of course. Yes, all that fluff and stuff. Yes, another raid coming up. When you are live streaming, that is a really generous thing that you can do. Whether it's a premiere or a live stream, as a matter of fact, you can go and raid another creator because you've already got viewers. It's great to be able to pass those along. So I try to do it every day on Superchat. The only thing I do is I try to mix up the different creators that we're going to visit so that we can kind of spread the love around. We've got a lot of creators that we've raided several times, so we just mix it up. And like tomorrow, for instance, we're going to see the Stock Explorer for the first time in a raid from Superchat, but I've been looking forward to heading over to their channel to introduce it to everybody. All that fluff and stuff is here with just over 1,000 subscribers, actually halfway to 1,100 now, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Lady B Unstoppable, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And all that fluff and stuff is bringing us outdoors. They've been experiencing their summer months because it's in Australia, and they are bringing us outdoors, typically on the water, mud crabbing, reef fishing, snorkeling, and other things that I've learned from them, as a matter of fact. So, catch, clean, and cook. There we go. Very cool. I'm going to take this video, add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And they've given us a tip where what they do typically is use a shorts video to promote their new videos and draw in some traffic that way. So it's something to be considered. And, pardon me, I'm just going to spin the wheel again. We're going to get through a few more channels here. Phasmanut is here. That's the second channel, the gameplay channel from Chris's Clever Craft, who's been a dear friend for a long time. And Cosmic Cultivators is coming up. I know it's been a long wait for them. I think they've been here for the whole live stream today. Tuberchat is usually here for 2 to 2.5 hours. And I do appreciate everybody's patience. I know it can take a very long time to get onto the wheel, and then the wheel makes it suspenseful. We never know how long it's going to take to get onto the screen. And Cosmic Cultivators has 1,130 subscribers or so right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,200 that they're thinking about. I'm just going to take one of your latest videos, and I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And the idea, of course, like I said, is as I get to know your content and your channel more and more, then the stories get better. I can promote you better every time you're here. But I do appreciate especially all the time you spent today. Mary Queen Longman's in the house. Good to see you here. Rem's Family Farm is still hanging out. And then the Stock Explorer says, word up. Somebody actually let me know earlier. Now, I've always used that greeting because it's a reference to the Cameo song from the 80s that I just remember when I was a DJ or whatever. So, it's a silly thing, but I've been using that for a long time. But somebody mentioned to me there was a cartoon called Word Girl, and that also is used there as well. So it's interesting. I'm going to have to go look for that also. Pardon me. Oh, Outgoing Azzy. Okay, we'll have to talk about that on Instagram. So I'm always happy to raid, but it's a... yeah, there's a couple things to it, so we'll have to see if we can get that done. DP's Wonderful World, good to see you in the house, but we'll talk about that on Instagram. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. I'm going to get to as many channels as I can in the next 5 minutes or so, and then Wolfspare Productions is going to have their live stream start. I've already dropped a link once. I'm going to drop it again in another second here, actually. Overdue for dropping that. Garden at Table with Heather Lynn is in the house, another creator who comes to us from the homesteading community, where we find a lot of very generous creators who are really willing to support not only people in their community, but a lot of other YouTubers outside as well. I've just dropped the link again for Wolfsbear Productions live stream. I kept saying premiere. It's a live stream where we're going to go and have a live taste test to some new Pepsi products, actually. And you'll be able to continue connecting the same way that we do here in Superchat. You'll meet more friends and family members over there. We'll all go over there and raid together. But anybody can hop over anytime. The live chat is already running. Garden at Table with Heather Lynn has 120 subscribers right now. There's a lot to learn on this channel as well. She's mixing up the shorts and videos. I'm just going to take your latest video, even though it's a shorter one, and add that into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. Garden at Table with Heather Lynn is here with us almost every single day, as a matter of fact. Poly 180 Animation Studios, forgive me, it's taken so long to get anybody on the wheel. Remember, the robot that I use goes by interaction, not just time, but I'm going to put Poly 180 Animation Studios on the wheel right now. If you have to go, that's okay. We're going to look at your channel anyway, but I know it's been a long wait. They've been here actually from the beginning of the live stream, so literally 2.5 hours today. The Weightlifting Geek is up here right now. They happen to be a member as well. They're mixing up the shorts and videos. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. They are very motivating and inspiring, so I'm just going to take one of their latest videos, add that into my catch-up list. I'll grab some inspiration from them, and hopefully you will too after you connect with them. And they're here with us frequently in Superchat as well. With almost 700 subscribers, we'd love to get them a little bit farther. Poly 180 Animation Studios. And thank you for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, we're going to look at that channel regardless. So let's spin, and there it is right there, Poly 180 Animation Studios. I didn't spell it right, but that's okay. We'll get them up here right now. And forgive me while I rifle through the last few channels before we go over to Wolfsbear Productions live stream. I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections here, and then everybody can come over and raid Wolfsbear Productions together. I'll come over there as well, and we'll meet more friends and family members over there. I'm going to take this Larry the Cucumber. I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up here a little bit. And Poly 180 Animation Studios is a longtime friend of Tuberchat, but thank you again for your patience today. I know it's taken a long time. 143 subscribers means we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. They've been a loyal and dedicated supporter for quite some time here in Tuberchat. Timmy Ray the King is coming up next. We'll see what they got going on their channel. They've been here for a while today as well. Timmy Ray the King has 519 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 600 that they're thinking about, but it's great to see that this creator's already got their community tab happening now that that pops up after 500. I'm sure it makes everybody happier. They've got a lot of shorts videos here, and I'm just going to grab a couple things here. I'm very much into vinyl records. I was a DJ for most of my adult life, and I still buy vinyl records today. Not for that reason, just for myself, but I'm going to take this small, it's a 7-second video, but I'm just going to take it and look at it anyway. It's a Kiss album, and then I'm going to take your latest video and put that in my catch-up list as well so I can get caught up with your channel. But Timmy Ray the King, it's interesting for me to see that from you, and hopefully everybody will enjoy the variety that you find with Timmy Ray the King. They're here with us frequently in Tuberchat, almost every day lately. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded when I'm on a phone from time to time, but we've done well again today. Camp Silky is up here right now. Mr. Bubbles has actually been here for a long time today. I'm just putting you on the wheel. We're going to go a little bit over time, but it'll probably take Wolfsbear Productions a second to get moving before their taste test in their live stream, and then we'll head over there. Zadrum, we looked at your channel earlier, so thank you for still hanging out. I do appreciate every moment everybody spends. Camp Silky's got a lot of featured channels building up here. It's great to see some familiar faces there. They've got 98 subscribers. We'd love to push them up and over the 100 that they're thinking about. It's a wonderful milestone that's a part of everybody's YouTuber journey. And we know that the race to the first 100 is more difficult than ever, but with so many creators generously willing to help each other, we see creators hitting that milestone and crossing over all the time. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Camp Silky. They're here with us almost every day, and I see them out supporting others as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them, and you see some shorts videos from them as well. And then I'm not sure if they do live streams yet or not, or if that's something that might be an idea in the future. Yeah, it might be something that comes up later. So we'll see. We're looking forward to what Camp Silky will bring us. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. We're going to look at the Stock Explorer. This is Nora. They bring us a level-headed and down-to-earth look at stocks and the products from the companies that we might consider investing in. And not just stocks, but also crypto markets. And they talk about everything from fundamentals and terminology to advanced topics like options trading and NFTs. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. The Stock Explorer sometimes has graphs and charts to show us, but often is simply giving us a level-headed and down-to-earth talk about their considerations, and they're very forthcoming about their own portfolio. They often do live streams where they have other creators hop in with them, and I've seen them hop in with others on StreamYard panels as well. And they mix up the shorts videos along with live streams and videos, so we get all three different types of content from this creator. And then they have a second channel that they want to show us as well, to Tropical Buzz. And this is where they're going to bring us their adventures as they both teach and learn to grow different types of seeds and plants from around the world. And the reason why I put it that way is because they recently started to open my eyes to the idea that, you know, not every seed is available everywhere in the world, or not easily, maybe more easier than ever now with the internet available, but by collaborating with other creators, they're able to get some seeds from different parts of the world and experiment growing them in their own area in Florida. So hopefully everybody will enjoy. Looking forward to that. I'm just spinning the wheel right now. We're going to look at this last channel, Mr. Bubbles. Forgive me for the channels we didn't get time to get through today, but we'll be back tomorrow 3 hours earlier than today. I'm dropping a link right now for a Tuber Chat raid for Wolfsbear Productions. They've got a live stream. They've just started right now. We'll head over there. They're going to do a taste test for us. They've got a live chat already running, and you'll meet more friends and family members over there the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes so that we can clean up our connections here, and then I will hop over into Wolfsbear Productions live stream as well. Thank you everybody for the time that you spent. We're back 3 hours earlier than today when we come back tomorrow, but I hope you'll come over to Wolfsbear Productions and support that extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated creator with us as well. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.